using your mind to work. That's why I use your mind to work. So I decided to do some courses. I did some courses in Scrum Master, Agile, how to manage project. These are things that I did not know, but I had one thing in my mind. I can do anything as long as God is on my side. Remember, my first note I asked you to write, believe. I believe I could. So my skin was not a factor. My mind was the factor. So I decided to do all those courses. And long story short, currently I am a senior IT project manager in Veolia, North America. You can Google it. One of the biggest waste management company in the United States. In the entire world is number 4. I am an IT project manager. In Nigeria, from a humble beginning, I am. And I also do consulting in managing projects in construction for New York City. You can Google it as a construction manager. Also, I'm a proud partner of SoftTech. Now, why do I believe in SoftTech? A young man decided to put young, vibrant graduates together to be able to gain knowledge on how to maneuver over the IT space and be able to teach, facilitate it. They don't only do the job, they're able to transfer the knowledge. When I saw that, I said, no, I have to be part of this because that's the vision. I don't know if you guys notice right now, you'll notice that there's a trend. For those of us in the millennium, because I was born in the 80s, early 80s, you will notice that when you come over to the United States or you're doing job, they'll tell you, go to nursing. Let's do nursing job. That's the trend, right? Before then, our parents would say, hey, you have to be a doctor. You have to be an engineer. That's a trend. So you move by the trend. Before then, our parents would be like, oh, you have to be a farmer. You have to be a teacher. That's those that were born before us. That was the trend. So write this down. You move by trend. That's how you succeed. You move by trend. Remember, I said believe, globally, trend. So write those things down. They're going to help us. I'll tell you later. So you move by trend. So right now, people coming to the United States and all they want to do is, oh, I want to do nursing. I want to do RA. I want to do, that's where the money is. Now, there is a shift right now. In the United States right now, IT is the trend. Not just IT. When I mean IT, I mean information and technology. If you look at Nigeria now, we are all doing content creating and all that. That's a trend. That's a trend, right? Now, but how about us? Young, talented engineers right here. I don't know what your background is, but you guys have smart minds. Why don't I move on the trend that is global? Nobody does social content anymore. If you are doing social content right now, I see you more like a comedian, right? Because whatever you're trending or whatever you're putting in, that's my own opinion. Please don't be offended. I see you're copying from someone else. No, that's a trend. But right now, the trend is moving. Right now in the United States, AI, artificial intelligence is the game. It's the game. Like, that's what it is right now. And if you can jump into that right now as you sit down on this platform, you are in to be valued. Another thing I'm going to point out, value. Value. In life, one thing that I figured out by the grace of God, what gives people audience and what people pay you for is value. I don't look for money. You shouldn't be looking for money. You should be looking for value, because once you get value, money will come. Once you have value, money will come. And that's the truth. People pay for value. So what is the value you're giving into the ecosystem? What are you providing to the ecosystem? What value are you bringing that people will pay for you? Even if you're cooking, how good is your food that people are paying for it? Hilda right now, you guys, I know everybody knows her. They're paying for her because our good food is good, right? So you right now on this call, what value will you take after this masterclass and people will want to pay for it? That is the game. Right now, it's not just understanding the value, but what is the trend that my value can be tapped onto and I can pay? Heck, yeah. Now, I think I've said a lot, but let me break it down. It is not difficult. Please take that away from your mind. It is not. And you don't have to be, the IT space is so big that you don't have to be a coder. I don't know how to code. I don't code. I've never coded in my life. I don't write code. I don't write script. And right now, I don't need to. You see, there's another trend. If you're someone that know how to code, right now, there's something that is doing it for everybody. So your value is reducing. AI can write script for me. So I might not be a bad end coder anymore. No offense to your career, but I'm saying, if you do not move by the trend, if you're a DevOps, if you don't move by the trend to understanding how to write algorithms for AI, we might not need you anymore. You see? Trend. You gotta go by it. Right now, artificial intelligence can do everything for us. Can create content, can do anything. Your Alexa is artificial intelligence. Please play me Arya Star. He's doing it already. So if I am only staying as a DevOps for 4 years, I am losing the trend. I would no longer be valued, right? So it's the trend. We at SoftTech Bro, we have learned this, we have mastered this craft. We have people that can do animations. We have people that can do ASW cloud. We have people that can teach you anything you can. But you can say, hey, Jimmy, why would I want to come to you guys when I can just find the course online to do it? Great, yes, you can. But what do we bring to the table? Now, remember, I said believe, global, and value, and trend. Now, this is the value we bring. One, you know when you want to write your WAEC or your GCE, you usually have gone to the school. We've gone to school, SS1, SS2, SS3. But there's something called private class or lesson. Some of us abuse it. Some of us, sometimes that's, I'm guilty. Then we used to go and look for girlfriend and boyfriend there. But no, that's not the essence. That's not why they sent us there. The essence of that lesson is to give us a one-on-one opportunity to speak with the lesson teacher to break it down to our understanding. And that's what SoftTech is about. You can go online and learn the course. Sometimes you can even be doing the course online. You don't even understand what they're saying. But at SoftTech, each facilitator that's going to be speaking has the ability to break it down. No, this is what it means. This is where you can apply it. That's one value. Cool. What is the second value? By the time you go through this masterclass session, this class session, you have an opportunity of having a real job role experience. Let me explain. It means they're not just teaching you the course, they are giving you what you can be doing in your day-to-day job thing. Meaning, if I get a job as a DevOps engineer, if I'm STB Masterclass and I've been taught by Peter, I can go back to Peter and say, what do you do every day in your job role? Remind you, every of our facilitator, we're already working on the ecospace system of IT already. We already have a job. It means that we have not just the knowledge, we have the experience. It means I can now break it down to you and say, let me use Stella. Stella, see, on Monday, you'll be given a task. Based on your job role, this is what the job will be. Because you're part of our class, I have taught it, but I can guide you through. That's the value. What value does it bring to me? What will it cost me to get this value? Every facilitator paid a lot of money to get it. They paid a lot of money to get it. But you are getting it at a subsidized rate. Forget about money now. Look at what they're offering. What value does it bring to you? And also, what can I gain? Think about yourself the most. What can I gain after the session? All right. So I'm gonna let Sarah take it away.
To share this knowledge with everyone. I can't wait to train others, take people along. You know, in fact, we'll hold your hands if we have to, take you through everything you need to know to become a full master in tech. Whatever you choose, products, DevOps, whatever it be. So yeah, let me start. We all need to keep up in each way, whatever way we choose. Whether it be product you want to do, UI, UX, front end, but this particular one we're doing DevOps. So I hope you are ready for DevOps. DevOps is not as complicated as people say or people think. You just really need to have passion, a drive for it, and be ready to learn, very eager to learn. And yeah, today you know what it means to be a DevOps engineer. You understand the process, how it works, and if you're ready to level up, just get ready. All right, just let me know if you can see my screen. So we're going over all of this today. Why do you want to be a DevOps engineer? How much will you be making? I know we're all gingered about money. We want to know how much we're going to make. How quickly we can make the money, how quickly we can learn. I'll go over everything. STB is a 12-week training masterclass. So you get enough hands-on, enough training, you know everything you need to know from start to finish. If you're a beginner, it's not a problem. You learn everything you need to know. Let's start. I'm excited to teach you about DevOps today. I mean, you only know the basics, understand the process, understand why you should want to be a DevOps engineer, and then basically how much you're going to be making, how this whole process works from start to finish. I'm excited to share this with you. Do you know that in 2025, about 4.5 million cloud jobs are available worldwide? So there's a large demand for DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, people to come and manage their infrastructure, manage their software engineering now. process, manage our software engineering infrastructure, and then there's a big demand for it. It's been there since about 2016. It's been growing and it's been rising over time, and right now it's still at its peak. Next year, it's just going to keep growing and evolving, and there's a lot of growth in this field. For a lot of us that want to learn, they want to grow, there's a lot of things you need to learn to be a DevOps engineer. You'll be working with a lot of people. In my experience, I've worked with the developers, we work with developers directly, QA engineers, the entire software cycle, DevOps engineers involved. The entire production cycle, that's where AWS comes along, that's where cloud comes along. And the reason why I'm using AWS to be specific is AWS is the number one infrastructure as a platform cloud provider. So yeah, that's what we have for that. Let's move on. So we need to understand why you are doing DevOps and cloud. Why are you interested in DevOps and cloud? How is STB going to help you in this whole thing? I'm going to go over each and every one of them one by one, right? So what are you going to learn in this? Let's go over what we're going to go through today. So I'm going to go as quickly as possible so we can get the vibe, know what you need to learn, and then we can proceed to others. But I'm trying to sell DevOps to you so you can really join DevOps and become a DevOps and cloud engineer, because you make money, trust me. You make a lot of money, and it's something that you enjoy doing. You work with a lot of people. You learn a lot along the way, and just bring your eagerness to learn. You'll be good to go. So let's go straight into DevOps. No need for boring definitions. So you need to understand the fundamentals of DevOps. Cloud and DevOps. That's what this training is going to cover. You're going to discover skills that you need to excel in cloud and DevOps, and you're going to learn to position yourself. I'm going to properly train you to position yourself to target the right people, target the right audience, to make sure the right recruiters come to you and you get enough opportunities. And by the end of the session, you know exactly how to be a DevOps and cloud engineer. And you can basically fast track your career. I know we're all interested. I know I'm convincing you small. Before we know it, everybody's going to become a DevOps engineer. So yeah, you start from zero. You don't need to know anything. You can be new. You don't need to know anything about tech at all. You're just curious. Oh, what is DevOps? I'm seeing it everywhere. My uncle, my sister, I want to get into tech. I don't know how. I would advise you the best to go into is DevOps and cloud, because you have a mental overview and structure of how everything works. So you know exactly, where you go in particular to, okay, I want to do just infrastructure as code. I'll go into all of this in detail so we can have a holistic idea of what this is all about. All right, let's go to the next slide. Now, why do you want to choose a career in cloud and DevOps in 2025? Why is it still relevant? Do you know that AWS powers 32% of the internet? So your Netflix you're watching, Uber, Airbnb, all of them are using AWS. Environment is hosted on AWS, so everything is there. AWS is one that's powering, like I said, 32% of the internet. That's a lot. Artificial intelligence is also growing, as Mr. Jimmy mentioned, and it's also very integrated with cloud and DevOps. So as you're learning this, so you're taking this course, you're going into STB to become a cloud DevOps engineer, you're also going into AI. It's going to be very easy for you to transition into artificial intelligence, and you're good to go. You're set for life. There are 4.5 million cloud jobs waiting for you today. Right. Check online, do your research, find out about DevOps and cloud. There are a lot of jobs, a lot of companies in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, internationally, are constantly looking for skilled DevOps engineers and cloud engineers. So let's be real. If 80% of these companies are moving to the cloud, where do you want to be? You want to be on premise, you want to be learning all these other things. Not to say anything about other classes, but this is where you want to be, trust me. The learning curve is amazing. You just go straight ahead. The best part is that you don't need coding experience. Most of us might be thinking, oh, maybe I need to know one or two. You don't need nothing at all. Everything is very simple, very straightforward. If you know what you're doing and you're focused, you're good to go. And I'm very sure most of us are focused. A lot of us are. If you want to make it in this country, you have to be focused. As a Nigerian, whoever you are, you might not be Nigerian, wherever you're from, you want to make it in life. Everybody wants to make it in life. So it should be very easy for you, right? And let's go to the next one. I know we all want to just go straight to the meat to see what's happening. Let's go into the earnings and market insights. Now, let's get into what we're really interested in, the money. Right now, a lot of DevOps engineers are making at least $189,000 to $150,000 a year internationally. Even the entry-level ones, you're just starting, you don't know what the market is all about. You're skilled, you know what you can do, you know what you bring to the table. Trust me, these companies are going to pay you a lot. Internationally, they are earning a lot of money. Easy, simple thing that you just learn how to do. Take the STB Masterclass, learn all you need to know about cloud and DevOps, get hands-on training, get week in, week out hands-on training. You know what to do, you know exactly how to manage the environment. I want to teach you how the market works. You're going to understand how it works. So as you're going into it, you know exactly what you're going into. So you're not going to, just be skilled and you don't know what you're doing. You're just sitting at home. You're going to properly position yourself to meet the right people, get the right opportunities, and make the money that we all want to make. So the demand is there. The demand is there. The question is, do you want to grab your share? Just keep listening. Let's go to the next one. All right. So in this 12-week masterclass, we're going to bridge the gap. We're going to go from what you don't know to everything you need to know. Right? I know you might be thinking, okay, Adewale, all of this sounds amazing, but how do we start now? That's where our 12-week masterclass comes in, right? So no fluff, just real-world projects. Hands-on training, because you are reading theory, you won't get tired because you're going to you'll be doing a lot of hands-on training. Opening an AWS cloud account is very easy, very straightforward. There are a lot of things that you can do there, and a dime will not be, taken out of your account. Don't think you spend money in the process of learning this. Everything is free, everything is simple, everything is straightforward, and I'm going to be there with you all the way. We also have a supportive community, so you're not alone. All of us are doing this together. I have a team of DevOps and cloud engineers. You need to connect with me, you need to connect with other people. I'm going to put you through everything you need to know, everything you need to do. So straight, you start earning and you start, making big value, right? So there's community networking, there's career guidance, interview preparation. Each module is designed to help you secure high-paying jobs in cloud and DevOps. So you're also going to do a lot of real-world projects, a lot of studies, a lot of real-world projects. So you know exactly what you're getting into. So you not carry yourself, enter into an interview, and they'll be asking you questions that are like, I don't know, Adewale did not tell me this one before. I was not aware. How am I going to do it? So, and you're not going to run into any of those issues. Right. Fantastic. So let's go into, what exactly is powering the digital world, which is cloud AWS. So I want to speed it up so you can fully understand what I'm trying to say. So AWS is the king of cloud, right? You want to learn AWS, meaning if you want to learn AWS, that means you are ready to earn anywhere in the world. You can work anywhere in the world. Imagine launching your own cloud servers, hosting a website, running a business, all from your laptop. Sounds very powerful and good, right? So I'm very sure we're all interested in that. So this masterclass will teach you from scratch, step by step. So you won't just learn, you earn at the end of the day. You earn a lot of money by the time you're done. And you also do it. You learn it and you do it because it's very hands-on. So yeah, what is AWS? Amazon Web Services, world's leading cloud platform. It's a very, like I mentioned before, Netflix is using this, Uber is using this, Airbnb is using this. It's a very flexible career under the cloud. You have multiple careers broken down in just cloud. You have cloud engineer, cloud architect, cloud security analyst, all of this. So we'll get into all of that in detail. You can decide and choose what you want to do moving forward. So yeah, what's DevOps now? Now we're going to DevOps. What's DevOps? This guy has been saying DevOps since. What is doing this thing? Now, why is this so important? Some of us, we've never heard DevOps before in our life. I just hear because I want to make money, I want to enter tech. So yeah, DevOps is just a very simple way to work smarter, not harder. You're not coming to do DevOps to work hard. You're not doing any mental manual labor. It's not taking space out of your mental capacity. You're not stressing yourself. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's a very work smarter, not harder way to build and manage tech, right? So a modern way of working that helps companies deliver software faster and more efficiently. That's simply DevOps, right? So DevOps engineers, they automate everything. Anything they get their hands on, they want to automate, right? And you learn all the skills you need in order to be able to become a skilled automation professional, right? They make IT faster, smarter, cooler. When you are seeing DevOps doing this and you're like, I don't need to want to be DevOps. They're doing all these amazing things. When you ask any developer that's worked directly with the DevOps engineer, they'll tell you that they make my life easy. They make everything sweet, make the whole process seamless. So that's the whole idea of DevOps. You have a DevOps on your team, you have a DevOps in your company, you feel the value instant. If you're a skilled DevOps engineer and you've taken the STB course. And yeah, you don't need coding. As I've mentioned multiple times before, you do not need coding to start. The best part is you have DevOps professionals are in high demand. So companies will pay you big money to have you on their team. Remember, you already have the skill, you already have the value. So it's these companies that are going to be hunting for you. Your recruiters will be looking for you. Like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this Jimmy guy? Who is this Sarah girl? So yeah. Go to the next. Yeah, like I mentioned, hands-on, no AWS training needed. You don't have any prerequisites with this. You don't need to, you could be literally anything. You could be in finance, you could be in whatever you want. Yeah, let's start now. Let's join as quickly as possible. I want everyone on this call to register. Even if you're part of the STB Masterclass training, you're also one of the trainers. Join, come and learn. Please, the more we learn, the better, so we can solidify our expertise in tech, because it's not just DevOps and cloud cuts across multiple areas in tech. So you learn little about this and that, because you are a bridge in software development. You're working with practically everyone. So you're going to also give knowledge, give value, and then get value in return. So cloud is the future, DevOps is the future. So the salaries of cloud and DevOps is just skyrocketing. Every year they've increased. People are paying them more because the value is so high. This masterclass is a game changer. You really want to get into this, be serious about it, register, do all you need to do, follow the right steps, good to go. So before I go, I just want to say thank you for being here. You made the right choice by showing up today, but showing up is just the first step. The next step is taking action. As Mr. Jimmy mentioned, I'll keep referencing him because he's a beautiful speaker. I only have one question for you. Are you ready to change the future? If you're ready to change the future, join this, join DevOps, join STB, join this training, and let's build something beautiful together. Let's build your future together. So thank you very much. Let me know if you have any final thoughts, anything at all. Thank you.
I'm Sheldon Olali, Web3 developer, and it's so good to be here to be having this discourse with. We talk about Web3. One thing people know is blockchain, Bitcoin. Literally, that is what is in everybody's head and all of that. But the whole idea of Bitcoin itself was vetted by a pseudonym known as Satoshi Nakamoto. You don't necessarily need to trust, but you have to verify, which also gives you trust to a large extent. So you don't have to just accept what anybody says. You can verify this thing. So at the end of the day, you get to trust that, okay, because I can verify this thing, I know for sure that this thing is real also. So the whole idea of Bitcoin was vetted by the idea of blockchain, and blockchain itself gives you the idea of security and trust. So why do you want to choose a career in Web3 and blockchain development stuff? The first thing is blockchain itself is the next bubble. Maybe it is coming, like a lot of persons are already hearing about it, but the bubble hasn't started yet. The same way AI is the next thing everybody's talking about right now, which is like the moment of AI. The next phase is definitely blockchain. And here is the reason. Right now, there's a very little percentage of the world who are heavily vested into the whole idea of blockchain. And this is because of the idea of cryptocurrency, and a lot of persons do not understand it yet. But blockchain itself, what does it give you? It's coming to give you the idea of security. So a lot of the data that you are generating, imagine it gets into the wrong hands. Imagine somebody else having access to that data, or imagine a group of persons hacking the centralized system of, let's say, Facebook. I think this has happened a number of times. So imagine what could have happened to your data. Anybody can come up tomorrow and just do whatever with your data. So that idea itself is a problem. So because of this, blockchain itself offers a decentralized system. And this is possible as a result of the distributed system. And what does distributed system itself mean? It means the same ledger that is responsible for holding those data, it is being spread across different nodes all over the world. So no single person has is a monopoly, you call it, over the data that is being generated. So literally everybody can see it. And anything that is happening, it is transparent. Everybody can see, everybody can interact, everybody can do whatsoever with it. So this, as the world moves forward and everybody's getting tired of the whole idea of this whole centralized system and all of that, because blockchain itself is going to offer you security, and you're going to be able to verify and trust whatever is happening with the data the data that are being generated by you. We are definitely getting to that stage. So solving the real world problem is the next thing. With blockchain, we can solve the whole idea of everything happening in terms of we want good governance for a group of persons known as cabals. These are people voting whoever they want. But because of blockchain, the whole voting system will be transparent, fair, and everybody can see what is happening in real time, because It is not that, okay, somebody needs to go and collect the data, and at the end of the day, they need to transform the data, clean the data, and now give insight into what the data is saying. No, this is instantaneous, and everybody can see everything that's happening. So this is one part of it. There's still thousands of it.
So my name is Lekwa, and I'm a software engineer. But I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, because I believe that will help answer some of the questions that may be bothering you. So if you've spoken to some people who are interested in breaking into tech, one of the questions they do ask is, given my background, can I be able to break into tech? I'm an art student, I'm a commercial student. I don't have good background in mathematics, because basically what I do, I write code. I'm a computer programmer. So they get disturbed whether their background can be able to help them acquire the skill. So I'm basically here to provide an evidence to you that it is possible. If I could do it, how much more you, as smarter as you are. So I'm not an art student. I'm an art student, not a science student. Number two is that I have no computer science background. And number three is that I'm not a genius. So you're actually smarter than me. If I could, with this kind of background, become a software engineer, you too can do it. Right, so I'm here to talk about basically product development from back-end development to mobile development, right? So I'll be talking to you about how to build mobile applications that run on your phones, right? So mobile app is booming. So I'm going to teach you in our masterclass, basically the skill that will enable you to build an app like Alibaba, as you can see here, and apps like Google Pay, as you can see. And coming down to our Nigeria setting, if you look at this screen, I believe some of you can identify some of these apps here, because these are the apps that you use every day. You have PanPay. Some of us have borrowed money from them, right? And this is OPay, which is basically known for their swift transfer, and a whole lot of other apps. In fact, if you go to the Play Store, you see countless apps, loan app, financial applications, games, and all of that. And these apps are all built by human beings. They are all built by people like you, right? All it needs is just for you to sit down, then have someone who is ready to take you through that process of creating the app. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be an Elon Musk to be able to do it. Just that determination that this is what I want to do. And the one at the middle is built by myself. So I'm not coming to share theories for you. I'm coming here to show you that it is possible, that you too can build mobile apps like the one you use, even much better than the one you use. Right, so what is mobile development? I think this is pretty straightforward. Every one of us uses mobile app either for banking, for ride hailing, and the whole lot of it. So mobile development is straightforward. It's just the process, the science behind creating software application that runs on mobile apps like smartphones and tablets. And there are different types of mobile applications. You have the one they call native apps. So native apps are basically applications that you build for a specific operating system, like iOS. Some of you that use iPhone, in Nigeria, everybody want to use iPhone. So how about not just being a user of an iPhone? If you listen to our first speaker, he talked about creating value. How about being someone who can also contribute to the value that iOS applications gives? How about you going around, you tell someone this app on your phone, I'm the one that built it? Or how about building applications that you can use only for you and your family? Yeah. There are a lot of crazy developers who thought of an app that can help them maybe help their families communicate. Like you can actually think of maybe creating your own WhatsApp just for you and your family members, right? Because you don't want your data to go to Elon Musk, to go to Mark Zuckerberg and the rest, right? So being a contributor of value. So native apps are basically pure apps that run on a specific application like the iOS and Android. Then you have the cross-platform applications. So these cross-platform applications are basically applications that allows you to that runs on both platforms, irrespective of whether it's an Android phone or it is an iPhone, right? So you build one single app that runs on these different applications. As a matter of fact, one of the skills that I'll be teaching you that will help you to build this application called Flutter will not just allow you to build just applications that run on iOS alone. You can run the applications on a desktop application like a Windows system. You can also build applications that runs on a Linux system using this skill set called Flutter that I will be teaching you or showing you to be. So if you've ever imagined yourself building an application that you can install on your own personal system PC, basically this is the skill set for you. The hybrid apps are basically apps that you wrap into a mobile shell. So why it matters? Because every day people use apps. You go to social media, you move from Facebook to Twitter to TikTok and the rest. They are all mobile applications. In fact, every day you use mobile application. So I cannot overemphasize. I don't even need to speak so much about why mobile applications are important, because it has become part of our everyday life. E-commerce, you want to order something on Jumia, you use their application. You want to play games. Remember the snake game? One of the games like that runs on Nokia 310 in those days. All those games are purely applications. And with the skill sets you'll be learning, these are the things that you need to do. So in those days, we imagine that it is white people that build those things, like they are mysterious, like are they human beings? But here you can be, because you are going to create something just like God created human beings. So we are giving you the skill set that enable you to create a thing just like God created it. Of course, you are God, right? You were created after His own image. So if I call you a God after this our training, I won't be out of place. Then mobile apps connect businesses to millions of mobile users, and is also a growing industry. Every day you use it. In fact, some of you join this call with a mobile app that is either the Gmail app or the Gmail app, right? So why do you want to choose a career, or why would you want to choose a career in mobile development, right? The market demand, like the market needs mobile developers, right? Everywhere in the whole world, you have about 4.8 billion smartphone users worldwide. 4.8 billion smartphone users. How about building? So even if you have a crazy idea that you want to you have within you, like you can build a product, you can create a value. Even if you don't want to work for someone, you can build an app, right? And your target is that you want to reach these 4.8 billion smartphone users worldwide. That's money. You can offer value to them, and this 4.8 billion smartphone users account for over 60.42% of the global population, right? That means if you're able to serve these people, you've served over 50% of the global population. Now also there's about 7.21 billion smartphones that are in use globally, like the smartphones that are being used, right? And over 26.9 million software developers globally. Mobile developers account for approximately 4% of these numbers. That means that there are opportunities for you, right? There are a lot of things that you can do, right? Also in Nigeria tops 10 of smartphone users. That means even if you want to concentrate in Nigeria, even if you don't want to go global, even though you want you to go global, right? There's an opportunity for you everywhere. Applications, people are building applications, so the market needs you. In fact, they need more people to build more applications for people. As people are giving birth these days, even from their mother's womb, they seems to know what mobile application is, because smartphone is the first thing they get to interact with, unlike those that were born in the 80s and do not have access to these applications, right? So there's also career benefits. You can work remotely from anywhere. Then rapid career progression and continuous learning. One thing about this career path is that you can move from today. Let's say today you are earning so amount. You can do 10x, you can do 3x of that amount within a short period of time. Unlike, let's say you are working for the federal government, right? The time it takes for you to get a promotion can take, like, I think promotion comes like in 3 years. Right? We are going to learn product development end to end. Thank you for that. So, and we'll be able to help you position yourself for the market, right, through continuous learning. So it's not a one-time off. So you can always reach out, right, when you have issues, right? Then hands-on projects that can help you show what you got, because out there people want to see that you can deliver the job. So how do you show them that you can deliver? By having portfolio of projects that you can make reference to. So as part of what we are offering you is that we are positioning you out there by helping you to have projects that you can make reference to. Then internship opportunities, where the opportunities will help you, link you. We are not securing the thing for you, but we open up internship opportunities for you that we know. Then it's not left for you to go there and be able to prep you probably for the interview. It's not left for you to go there and to distinguish yourself. Then access to the Soft Tech Bro community, where you get to interact with your fellow colleagues that are learning. So we are not doing this in silos. It's more like a student kind of setting. So you have your colleagues that you can also work together as a team, as a community. So community is very important, especially if you are going to learn, do tech and succeed. Even when you start working, the community is very important. Even when you want to move to another job, people can make reference to you and say, okay, this guy is good. I think I can refer him, come join to community. I could put on words for him or for her. I can say this guy is good, right? Having that community where people can speak about you and say this guy is good. If you have any question, you can throw it.
Right, I am currently sharing my screen. Please confirm if you can see it. Thank you very much. Hello, I am Sophia Ahoiza Abubakar. I'm a software engineer and a technical product manager, or a product engineer for short. In STB, I am the lead instructor for front end and product management. So if you've ever heard of any of these tracks or chance, I'm here to tell you what they are, what the prospects are for you, and what are you going to benefit by joining, the STB Masterclass to learn from us. So the very first thing is, what is front-end development? When we're talking about it, what does it refer to? So if you have ever, I know every single person is I say this skill they hot. I mean, we are the cool people, if I say so myself. So if you've ever used a website or a web app, any of those, and you're like clicking, like where you'll be on like a WhatsApp web, you visited Jumia website or Amazon, all those places. In fact, when you're even joining this meeting, right, you clicked on like a link and it took you to Google Meet interface and you were clicking things around. That is the front end part of webs and mobile, okay? But we'll look at web front end development. So in simple terms, it's the beautiful part of websites that we, the users, get to interact with. And I think that's a superpower, because you get to like do things that are beautiful that users will love to engage, and a whole lot of work goes into it. But why should you choose a career in front end? Also, caveats, just to say, because I am the instructor for both front end and products, I am going to talk about both front end and products, okay? So don't confuse them, don't mix them up together. I'm not saying you should learn both. You get to decide which one it is, but I'll be touching on both. So why do you choose a career in front end? What do you get from this? The first thing you need to check is, do you love beautiful things? Are you a visual person, right? Do you like problem solving? If you have these two things, you're like, oh, how do I put things together to make it look good? You have any history at all with loving visual elements, front end is for you, because you now get to do this in the tech space. You get to build beautiful websites and web apps. You get to put those your visual skills, and you also care about problem solving, like intuition and placing things the right way. See, even though we visit some websites and web app, and nothing there is accidental. Like the way the button is placed, the way the colors were chosen, even down to my slides, right? Nothing about these slides is by accident. The colors and how everything, the hierarchy, everything is intentional. So that's the beautiful thing you get to do. You get to decide, like products like Paystack, the front-end developers, alongside the designers that get to decide that, oh, this should be placed here because this is the best choice for the user. This is how best the user gets to like experience and engage with our product. Carry on. There is also high demand for front-end developers, like very high demand for us because you can't build a product without front end. Now, how will the product how will your users interact with it? So there's very high demand for it. So now for those people interested in product management, what is product management and who are product managers? If you've ever heard about this is a very, very user and strategy focused role. If you are very good, like you have experience leading teams, you've been in positions where you interact with customers, either as a customer success, customer experience, you are just crazy about products and how you get them to your final users, this is for you. They are the superpowers and the brain behind what our developers and designers get to implement. So my role at work is to work with both. So I'm like, okay, yes, we have this product, and I particularly work with rights and safety team. So my job is to decide which features do we need to release, which features do we need to put in place, how do we put out those products, how do we put out those features. So it's not just, for instance, I don't know how many of you have used Bolt and you've used the audio trip recording. That was actually the first feature I worked on when I joined the company. So we're like, okay, it's not just, okay, let's just put this anyhow, make it just stay there. No, there's a lot of, work. You're thinking about the user, you're empathizing, you're also trying to achieve product and business goals, right? So this particular track is right for you if you like seeing things come to fruition end to end. Like from the moment it is ideated to when we are building it, and you're very, very good with reading data, with getting information from how users will behave and interpreting this into business goals, then product is for you. I know I'm saying a lot of things, so I don't want you to be scared. I believe that every single thing is learnable. What you just need to pick from this is which one aligns with my personal goals and which ones align with what I want. And then you pick it. Don't say, oh my God, this is that Sophie is saying, what if they're hard? No. You can learn anything. All right. Now, what is the value if I invest my time to learn and get trained and gain the skill in front-end development or product management? What is the value? Because you're going to invest your time, you're going to invest your money. What do you get out of it? The first thing is high earning potential. I believe that even as human beings that we are different, the one thing that ties all our different goals together is the fact that we want to create wealth in different capacities or whatever level your own dreams. So you want to create some form of wealth, you want to increase your earning potential, and these skills is what will help you do that. Remember when I said you get access to like global opportunities? So one of the things is you get the opportunity to even earn beyond your locality. So it's not just people in my place. Maybe you're living in Ilorin or you're living in no shade at those cities. You're living in one of those cities that are not Lagos or Abuja, and then you're like, when people graduate here, all we earn is 50,000 naira a month, 100,000 naira a month. Is this how I want to build a house? Is this how I want to buy a car? You want to increase your earning potential, you can learn these skills, and then from Ilorin, from Akure, from Owerri, you can access jobs anywhere in the world and get access to all of these. The next thing is career growth and opportunities. I'm pretty sure you want to be a thought leader. You want to work in a field where you have the opportunity to grow and become a boss, and tech is it. There is no prejudice. There is nothing like the floor is open. First of all, the barrier of entry is low, and then there's so many opportunities for you to now keep growing and keep growing. I've been in this for over 6 years now, and I am not working in like leadership position. So those things are there for you to like explore. The next thing is continuous learning and innovation. I'm going to say this, but it's not just because I'm a tech person, but you find out that people that work in tech are very smart, adaptive people. And it's because of the nature of our jobs. Our jobs put us in a position to keep learning. As I am like this, I'm enrolled in further advanced courses, right, to just keep me going. So because of the way our workflow is designed, you keep getting better. Your brain keeps getting sharper. When you're having conversations, when you're operating in different spaces, you're just better, and then you approach problem solving and innovation differently, because everything around tech is all about providing solutions and problem solving, and you get to like receive all that. The next thing is satisfaction. There is this satisfaction you get when you see your product out there. You saw some of our speakers saying, hey, look at some of the apps they worked on. I told you that I work at Bolt and so many other places. Every time I meet people using the products that I contributed, I feel so happy. I don't know about you. Like this whole joy of, I'm working with teams. Imagine you finish training and you're working at Meta, right? I have friends that work at Meta, and the satisfaction they get from their job, they ping me sometimes like, hey, did you get this update? I'm like, yeah, like, oh yeah, I have my team design this, I have my team design the strategy rollout for this, and you just feel happy because you're working on something that is providing impact. And even if it's not on a very large scale, you even start by solving problems locally. I know when I started, I was building solutions for schools, for people around me. I build solutions for myself. I build apps that I use. I have like a local AI agent that is like my assistant, like workflow person. And every time I use it, I'm happy. So there's that satisfaction that you get from this, and you can tangible impacts. Like, you know, it's showing. You don't need to explain too much what your impact is. It is there and it is visible. All right, so how will STB make you a proficient front-end developer or PM? Well, first of all, I am here. Do you understand? Like, the fact that I'm here, you can trust in the fact that you are in safe hands. And that leads us to the first thing, trust. You're trusted. STB is very particular about the kind of instructors that you get. You don't just do things anyhow. It's not cut and join. From your curriculum to your learning content and everything you're going to use, it's intentional because we want to make you proficient. The end goal is proficiency. The end goal is for you to be really good because you're also ambassadors of our program. So if we want it to be like, if you come out of STB and you're so good, we're like, oh my God, where do you come from STB? I'm like, oh yeah, we expect that from those people. So you already see the quality of people that are in the community. You know the value of what you're getting. Then importantly is we are very hands-on projects and real world impact. This is not sit down, let's tell you HTML is this, CSS is that. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you the honest truth. You can get all that from YouTube. If you can watch a YouTube video today, they'll tell you all that. But where does the value lie? The value lies in the fact that you're with someone, an instructor that knows exactly what they're doing, and they're telling you, apply this knowledge like this, do this thing like this. Every single week, we're giving you structure. We're giving you ability to be committed and consistent. If you have ever tried to self-learn and go to YouTube, I'm pretty sure you have some Udemy courses that you bought and some YouTube tutorials that you've not finished. It's been 2 years now. It's still in your this thing. You've not finished it. But now you're in a structured environment where we are giving you that structure that you need because we have an end goal and there's a place we want you to get to, right? Then access to industry experts. This part cannot even be like, we can't finish talking about it. It's very important. This is one of the things you get from being in communities like STB. You're not left alone. First of all, your trainers are experts. We have wider community people that you'll be able to engage with, that will tell you, mentor you, give you, tips on what to do and ensure that your career kicks off right. Finally, jobs and opportunities. We prepare you for the job market because we know your goal is to land your role. Your goal is to land those opportunities. Information is key, right? So we'll be the one to tell you, hey, we are done training you now. This is how I want your CV to be. This is how to prepare for your interviews. We will also connect you to our partner companies. Okay, these ones are interviewing. You get to do internships, right? We're not just training you and leaving you hanging. It's very, very like full circle, all round. We're touching all bases, okay? All right, so that brings me to an end. So moving on from here, we just want you to get started on your journey, and I will be happy to hear from most of us for what tracks we would love to engage in. Thank you very much, and I'm done.
Motion graphics started many years ago, and allows to create visual effects, animations, learning this using the After Effects tool. I'm hoping that with this STB Motion Graphics Masterclass, you will be able to understand the fundamentals of motion graphics. So I'll be taking you one-on-one so you can understand what is motion graphics, what is it all about, how can you really do well in it, how can you succeed the way I succeeded in it. You know, by the grace of God, there was also one I worked on, a project I worked on too. It's called Verve. Most of you know this Verve. If you look at some of your cards, you see Verve written. So it was a company that we did the motion graphics for. So the idea of this motion graphics is to tell your story. It will help you tell your story. Most companies want to sell. They want to sell. They want to market themselves. Masterclass, this 12-week masterclass time frame. Within that period, you'll be able to learn the little step by steps. I will carry you and hold you till you achieve the dream of.
I'll be taking product design for the STB Masterclass. Most people feel like product design is just design a web app or something that has a UI shop. But I'd like to describe product design as the design of basically everyday things. And when you start to look at life, that you see how important it is to understand the design of things. And yeah, basically that's what I'm going to be with you guys. So product design is basically for anybody who you like to understand how things work and you like to spark innovation. As a product designer, you need to be able to learn to speak your value to people, and that's what I'm going to be guiding you in, building your confidence in design, so that when you stand in front of interviewers and you say, "Oh, I can do this. This is what I have done," you can be able to preach your value to them and let them know that this is what I want. That way, you could be in Nigeria and then everybody, all the employers are telling you that, oh, this is what Nigerian designers do. And then you walk into a company and then you speak whatever you want, and then they want to take you on because they believe that when you talk, you speak value.
Right. What I'm going to take you guys through today is what just a summary of what my guys have been talking about, my colleagues, the STB executives. They've been talking about the front-end role, the back-end role, cybersecurity, project management, UI, UX, product design, and all of that. See, after all these guys that have spoken, after they have knocked their head finished, this one, Chooks has knocked, Sophia has knocked their head, front-end engineers have done all their bag. They're about to deploy it to cloud to go and give to Mr. Adewale. That's when we come in. We are the technical writers. So what do? We try to make all these things these guys have been saying, all the jargons, pardon me to use that word, all the jargons that these guys have been telling you. I'm sure a lot of you don't understand what they have been saying, right? Yeah, it's normal, it's expecting. All these things the guys have been saying, we are there to simplify these things, to make it make sense to you guys. Because there are so many guys out there that really do not understand most of this technical term. Like for instance, you have a company like where I work currently in a fintech. You have the business arm, you have the tech guys, technology, you have the product guys, you have the quality assurance. I mean, there are a lot of separate departments in that tech company. So how would the guys in the tech speak a language to the guys that I know in the tech space, the non-tech guys, that they would understand? So it means there needs to be sort of an intermediary that brings the explanation from the tech guys to the non-tech guys to come together and say, okay, this is what they are saying. However, they know it because there are also technical writers that are high flyers that never had software engineering experience in the previous time. They are very good at research. They leverage on research. They had maybe marketing, maybe product management experience, and they've been able to leverage on those experience to break down complex concepts into easy to understand solutions. So at the end of the day, as a technical writer, you could be a technical writer in the software, in the fintech company. You could be a technical writer even in the med tech company, right? So imagine being a technical writer in the med tech company, where the health tech is the order of the day. It then means that having a medical experience, maybe you're in a medical laboratory, or you have just someone who understands those medicine and all of that, it means it will be an unfair advantage to you. So the goal is to be able to break down complex stuffs, right, to easy forms that people can understand.
Yeah, we would all be getting a summary and a link to the Google recording. You'd also be getting the link to our WhatsApp community. You can also take the time to go to all our socials. We are SoftTechBro_NG on every social media platform. For people that are interested in the masterclass registration or have any things to ask, you can always send us a mail at softtechbro2024@gmail.com. We would respond to you promptly. If you have inquiries, do not be a stranger. Reach out, send a message. We respond to DMs on our socials almost always immediately. If we still have questions, you can come in with that. But we do have a community. We'll send that to everybody. You'd always obviously be vetted before you are admitted in, so that I will not have a repeat of what happened today. But still, thank you so much for coming. If we still have questions, you feel free to raise up your hand. But the session has officially come to a close. Thank you so much to the facilitators. Thank you so much to the attendees.